We are starting module one now, and you'll find that I will always have an introductory video orienting you to what is in each module. This one will be long because it's the first one. I'm also going to apologize right away because this first module is really packed. There's a lot to do in this very first week. Not only do we need to get introduced to the course and set up using the Connect website while also getting to know each other a little bit, but we'll also start discussing the course content and work through the first chapter of the textbook. Now, before I walk you through what Module 1 looks like, I also want to take a moment to give you an overview of what the course is really all about. This is math for elementary teachers. Some students come to this class thinking it will be learning math that you would do in elementary schools, and that's not quite what this is. Other students think that it's a methods class where you're going to be learning how to teach math to elementary students. And that's also not really what this course is. You'll do that later in your program if you're going to be an elementary teacher. What this course is really all about is trying to help you build a deep foundational understanding of the topics that are learned in elementary grades. It's about learning why mathematical properties exist the way they do and learning different strategies for solving problems other than just following a set of rules or algorithms. We want you to leave this course having good number sense and having the ability to explain, again, why mathematical ideas work the way that they do. So now let's get into module one. Let's talk a little bit about this in depth. I will share my screen so you can see Blackboard, and I'm going to walk you through a few things. As you can see, this is what your Blackboard looks like right now on day one. And when we open up module one, you're going to see all of the things listed here down the side. You're going to have these little circles here. If they're open, that means that you haven't looked at them yet. Once you open that, these circles start to fill in. So you can keep track of what you've done. There is a welcome video. That's what we're doing right now. I'm sorry, the welcome video is up here. You should have watched that first. What we have now is the Module 1 introductory video. Actually, I should go back. If I close this, at the bottom, there's an important link, and that's the tech support link. If you do open that up, it'll tell you where you can get technical support. McGraw-Hill Connect is the platform that we use for most of our homework. If you have problems or any sort of technical issues, this is the information that you want to use to get that help. You can email me too. I can do some of the things, but they're really going to be able to help you probably faster and more efficiently than I can. If it's something related to an MCC product like Blackboard, here is information about MCC's student help desk. Let's go back into the module now. So you'll see again the introductory video that we're watching now. But let's go ahead and look at the syllabus. Please read through this syllabus. There's a lot in here. It's crucial that you understand the class policies. I will highlight some of the important parts now, but you'll need to go through the entire document yourself on your own. So the syllabus includes course objectives, information about me, when I'm available, how to make appointments if needed. You'll find details about support, textbooks, materials, all sorts of stuff like that. You do not need, most of you won't need to go and purchase a textbook from the bookstore because we use what's called the first day program, which means it's already added to your bill, the cost of it. And so you have access on the very first day. All right. There is a way to opt out, but we don't want you to do that because you're going to need access to that on the first day. One of the things we will use, or I will be demonstrating a lot of things with, and many students really, really like this, is what's called a manipulative kit. Now, this is not included in the first aid program. You would need to purchase this separately from the bookstore. So make sure you do that right away. If for some reason you are not able to get that right away, I do show you in some of the videos early on where you can print off and cut out some of the manipulatives. It's not the same as what's in here, but it would be enough to just get you by. Because in elementary teaching, using manipulatives is a really important part of learning the information. A calculator is recommended here. This is a common one that we use at MCC in many of our math classes. And so we recommend getting a calculator like this. Keep in mind when it comes time for exams, you would need to have your own calculator with you. So moving down to our outline, our semester calendar, I tried to lay this out in an orderly fashion. The week that thing is happening, and then the topic that we're doing, and the activities that we are doing. Uh, a couple important things I want to point out here, your exams, right? You're going to see your exam dates there. So I'd put those on your calendar right now. Also, I'm opening up modules, doing things a little bit differently this semester, trying something. I'm opening each module on a Sunday because some people like to work ahead a little bit, and then all the work that you have to do from each chapter is due the Monday following the next Sunday. So you really have like 8 or 9 days to kind of work through a module from the time it opens. So there's a little bit of overlap even. Doing it like that, I think, provides a little bit of flexibility for your schedules. It's something that students in the past asked me to do, and I thought that makes sense. So let's do it. We are going to have, as we go down to methods of assessments, what we have SmartBook assignments, and SmartBook assignments are really kind of like an interactive reading assignment. And each chapter will have one of these. It's something to assess you initially on the content of the chapter, and then work you through the content that you don't know already. Again, you're going to read through the due dates for these, the point allocations for those as well. Each week, you're going to have discussion reflections. Now, this is meant to be a reflection, as it says. 50 to 100 words. I usually have a few thinking like prompts in there that get you thinking about what did I learn? What am I still confused about? What do I wish I knew more about? What do I feel good about? And so it's again, it's a reflection piece. You can get a bonus point too for replying to somebody else's. Again, 40 to 50 words, add to the conversation a little bit. And so there's the point values and the due dates and things for those as well. Connect homework. So each week, each chapter will have a set of Connect homework problems that must be finished again by Mondays. So again, like 8 days after the module opens, you can see the point breakdowns for those as well. We will have things called competency tests. Now, these are timed. They are done using Respondus lockdown browser and monitor. So you do them like a test. And they have a requirement of earning a 90% or better. Once you do that, you earn all the points. But if you don't do that, you earn 0 points. You do get 3 attempts at the competency test. And this is really assessing your ability to do what we would consider basic skills for elementary education. Multiplication and division, sign numbers, plus and minus, positive and negative numbers, fractions, decimals, and then some geometry. All right. So these are sort of absolutely expected skills that you should have if you're going to be an elementary teacher. Again, the rest of the class is looking at a lot of those same topics, but from a much deeper understanding level. We will have 2 exams, a midterm and a final exam. You can, again, see the dates, the points, what those are actually covered. Note the exams are proctored in person. Start planning for that now. I know it's an online class, but our department requires that all math courses that are online have at least 2 in-person exams. And so these need to be taken on MCC's campus at the testing center, or if you are not local to Muskegon, you can take them at any testing facility that you can find in your area. Often that is another college. Sometimes libraries offer that as well. You just need to make sure that you contact me about that so I know, because I will have to connect with the people at that facility to send the exams and where you are making all those arrangements. You can see the grading scale where your letter grades will come from. Here is information about the point distribution for the class, where your points are coming from, and the percentage of the final grade that each of those categories is worth. More information about the teaching methods, We're going to use Blackboard for everything. You're going to access everything through Blackboard. And I'll have announcements each week that I post just about what's happening. Instructional videos. This is maybe the heart of where you're going to get most of your content from. It's me, their lectures. If you also think about this class, it's a 4 credit hour class. Normally, that would mean if we were in person, we would be together for 4 hours in class each week, doing lecturing and other things. And then you would have all the other work to do outside of class. So the instructional videos are often a couple hours each week of watching those videos. Then there's the extra work, right, of doing the smart book assignments and the discussion boards and that connect homework. We mentioned exams, we mentioned smart books. You should read through these, scan through this information just so you know all the details and about why I use these particular types of assignments. There's information about some extra credit that I may offer, and please let me know if you have questions about those. There's information about tutoring, which we recommend to everybody, every student from the very first day of the semester. So please do a little digging on there and let me know if you have questions. At the end, we have course policies about attendance, late work. One thing I do have for all of the things that are available online, such as smart book assignments, discussion reflections, connect homework, is a grace period. So as I said, those are due on Mondays, and which gives you the weekend to get through, and then maybe an extra day of Monday. But then everything has a grace period. All those 3 things have a grace period through Wednesday. No questions asked. You don't even need to tell me that you're going to do them late. But if for whatever reason you can't get it done by Monday, you can still turn them in at the very latest on Wednesday of that next week. This chart sort of highlights all that information regarding due dates and grace periods. Note that competency tests, you get 3 attempts, and as we get closer to those, I'll give you more information about how those work. But you have a 13-day window to get your 3 attempts in, and some of those overlap as well, right? So the schedule gets a little busy sometimes as we start working through those competency tests. But the first attempts will be due on Wednesday, the second on the following Sunday, and the third on the following Tuesday. That'll make a little more sense once we get closer to those. Exams don't have any grace period, but I give you, many days, like a week, about to complete those exams. There are many college policies that are important. You'll see those in any of your other classes as well. So please review those and make special note of what those are. Let's go back into Blackboard. So I just walked you through some of the important parts of the syllabus. Some other things for you to do during this first week. Complete this introductory survey, just 5 minutes for me to get to know you a little bit better. Every week there's a discussion post. All of them are those reflections except for module 1. This is more of an introduction. Open that up. It should be very clear. I actually give you my own introduction about me, a little in depth. Again, make sure you do that again during that first week. Other sort of introductory stuff. Connect, again, is the website, the platform that we're going to be using. We're going to be doing those smart books. So there are a couple videos orienting you to how Connect work, how to register for Connect, how to make sure it's working, how the homework and smart book are going to work. So you are very clear about how it all works before you start doing your actual assignments. That work up here should take you a couple hours to complete. Then we start actually working on the content of the course content. You will complete your Chapter 1 Smart Book. I recommend starting with that to see how you do. You can always go back and finish it later. I always include PowerPoint slides. Now, these are produced and created by the textbook author. Often what I go and do is I will go and modify some of the slides, delete the slides that we don't use. So many times they kind of follow what my instructional videos will be. They're not always perfect, but some people like to print those out, take notes right on the PowerPoint slides, or if you use your computer to write stuff, that's great. These are optional. These are just there for you. Sometimes it's nice to have something printed out that you can write on and read. And then we get to, again, the instructional videos. Chapter 1 has 2 sections, section 1.1 and 1.2. There's always more than one video. This one has 4 different videos. There's also a link to a puzzle that's referenced. Sometimes I'll have other links in there as well. I'll reference this frog jumping puzzle in one of the instructional videos, so you'll know where that is. So again, section 1.1 has 3 videos, 14 minutes, 23 minutes, and 38 minutes, an hour. And section 1.2 has 3 videos, 17 minutes, 33 minutes, 31 minutes, so about hour and a half, right? So you can see those will be how every unit is set up. Once you have gone through that information, take notes just like you would in a regular class. Then you're going to go in and dive into the homework, the chapter 1 homework on the Connect platform. You do get multiple attempts, right? So you can kind of work through problems multiple times. You can work through assignment multiple times. You can even, when you see a problem, some of them are pretty challenging, you can first get a guided solution that shows you how to do that problem, and then it'll give you a new problem, right? So I don't want to leave you hanging. I want you to have multiple attempts to try those and really get mastery. Okay, that's a lot of information. And what I will do is just recap. What do you need to do this week? Read the syllabus, complete that introductory survey, discussion post, register for Connect, right? Those are the, I guess, housekeeping things. Then we move into chapter 1 content, uh, do the smart book assignment, watch the videos, do that homework. Again, there's a lot to do. Things will be um, a little confusing because it's a new class, right? You're trying to figure out me, you're trying to figure out what exactly do I have to do. Please make sure that you know exactly what you have to do. And when you don't, contact me, email me, you have my contact information. I'm excited to get the semester started and I look forward to meeting you all and working with you.